Hello Taurus and welcome to the Green Woman Tarot. This is your reading for the next 2 weeks, which is from the 27th of September to the 4th of October 2021. And it's a general reading just to see what sort of energies are around you at this time, to see what's on the cards for you. But before we delve into the tarot reading, I need to consult the oracle, and this is the 2-penny oracle that I'm using today to draw a couple of cards from, just to start your reading off with. So let's see, what words of wisdom does the mysterious oracle have for Taurus for the 27th of September to the 4th of October 2021. What messages are here for Taurus for the next 2 weeks? Oh, okay, you've got a message already. Oh, and another one. Okay, we'll just take it then. We'll just take it. So you have weight, but it's upside down. So it's about that sort of imbalance, that instability. So perhaps it's just suggesting this is a time where you need to concentrate on regaining your balance. Perhaps there's something, I get a sense also, there's maybe some issue that's heavy on your shoulders. There's some weighty issue that you're going to be dealing with. And you've got suavity. This is about blending in, agreeableness. It's sort of a bit charming as well. It's got that charming aspect. And I get a sense together with these two, in order to regain a sense of balance or cope with a weighty situation, you need to blend in a little bit, be agreeable, find that sort of charm. You know, I get a sense you may be actually overcompensating perhaps for a situation, or the company you're in you may feel you need to be very agreeable with them. So it's almost like you're not being quite honest with, you're not being you're not being true to yourself. It's just the sense I get with seeing weight and suavity together today. So it sort of suggests you're not being true to your colors, you're blending in, you're overcompensating perhaps, just to keep the peace or to cope with a heavy situation. But let's see where the rest of the reading takes us. So let's see what's on the cards for Taurus for the 27th of September to the 4th of October 2021. Where does the time go? What messages are here for our lovely Taurus people for the next 2 weeks? What is it that Taurus needs to know at this time? And this is the 5-cent tarot that I'm using today, and I'll put down an 8-card spread for you, with the first 2 cards depicting you, where you are in your current situation. The next 2 cards will show what challenges you're facing at this time, and the following 2 cards will offer you some guidance as you move towards the final 2 cards, which may reveal your possible outcome to this time period. Shows the energies you're moving towards. Oh, okay, so let's see what you get. You start with the 9 of Cups. That's a very contented card. And the Knight of Buttons, where you are. Just making sure you can see all the cards. You've got the 2 of Needles and the Knight of Matches as your challenges. You've got the 8 of Buttons and the 4 of Cups as your guidance, and you move towards the world and the Knight of Cups. There's a lot of Knight's energy here. This is about questing for things. What's at the bottom of the deck? Six of Needles. This shows a time of transition. That's lovely, actually. This sort of shows no matter what troubles you may be having, you'll be moving towards calmer waters, a more peaceful time, with some aid. This is aided transition from difficult times to better times, from disharmony to peace, and moving towards a goal, perhaps even. Finding that light at the end of the tunnel, but a sense of help and transition. If you look carefully, I don't know if these cards show up too well, but this is a frog with a little frog piggybacking on him. So he's having that that aided transition towards a better time. So let's put that there and have a look at this. Okay. Well, the Nine of Cups, this is a very positive energy to begin with. And next to the Knight of Cups, it sort of indicates a willingness to focus on a project and put your energy, your energy and your resources into slowly building something up, and it's coming from a place of contentment. The Nine of Cups, this is about, maybe feeling a little bit smug, but this is the happiness in this card, the gain in this card that brings this fulfillment and happiness, this wish come true, if you will, is something that's been aspired to, something that you've worked hard for. It's almost like together, this shows me that whatever joy you feel now, this is something well deserved. This is something you've worked hard for. And I get a sense, looking at the whole spread, you see yourself continuing to work hard at it. So you've put in a lot of effort to get to this place of happiness. But you've reached a point, actually, where you need to make a decision now. You have here in your guidance card the Four of Cups as well, which I'll speak about later. And I get a sense that you sort of have this contentment and joy, but seeping into it is a sense of discontentment. And sort of it feels like you need to make a decision here. With the Knight of Needles next to the Knight of Matches next to the Two of Needles, his energy is like really flighty and go-hung, sort of like moving forward rapidly, as opposed to the energy of the Knight of Buttons. I get a sense you want to move something forward, but you know that if you rush into things, you may regret it later. There's a sense of perhaps even that you've rushed into this. Yeah, for some of you, you may have rushed into something and it was made you feel, sort of excited. It was very adventurous and very passionate at first, whether this is a relationship or an endeavor. And now you reach a point where you're not entirely sure whether your efforts are being appreciated, and you feel pretty much damned if you do and damned if you don't. And there's an impasse that you've reached. You need to make a decision which way to go, and as long as you sit in this point of indecision, the longer this situation is halted. The advice with the Two of Needles is that you need to tap into your intuition. Deep down, you know what the right choice for you is. And your guidance cards sort of suggest that this endeavor or this relationship is going to require a lot of work from you, a lot of learning as you go. you know, here you are willing to put in the effort, but it sort of also indicates that this is something that could make you feel a little discontented. The Four of Cups is all about a sense not only of apathy, but of contemplation. And in that contemplation, realizing that you're not entirely comfortable. Things may be offered to you, but you won't be in a receptive mood. You won't want to take up any potential for new beginnings or new joy. It just feels too much like hard work. And where that joy is here, that contentment and that happiness and that feeling that you've gained something that you've longed for or worked towards, it's sort of that sense of enjoyment is dissipating and being replaced gradually by a feeling of apathy or discontentment. I get a sense here, it just feels too heavy. It just feels like too much hard work. And, you know, you wonder if you've been swayed by something that was really charming. That's why I've put the suavity next to the Knight of Matches, because he is the big charmer. He's great, he's exciting, he's adventurous, he spurs you on, but he's flighty. And he's often, as a result of that, coming across as insincere. So I get a sense here there's a sort of realization creeping in that although something seems really happy and content and fulfilling is actually turning out to be a lot of hard work on your end, and you sort of get a sense that you're putting all the effort in and you're doing, you know, it's great to be learning as you go, but it feels like you're always damned if you do and damned if you don't. You just can't please the other side enough, whether that's a person or a work situation. And that sort of sense of the load being too heavy makes you wonder whether you just want to let go and walk away from that. And it's, you know, it sort of brings you towards this energy of the world here. It's sort of feeling, well, I had some success there, and I'm sort of appreciative of that. It's almost like stepping into a new phase, and that's when the Six of Needles comes in, that transitional phase. The world is a card of success and celebration. So as a card at the end of your spread, it's very positive. But I get a sense here, it's sort of, you know, it's more, in this reading, it's more about a realization that something has come to its completion. Something has run its course naturally. And you sort of then move towards questing for something new, something more fulfilling on an emotional level, something that is truly that truly connects with your heart, where you don't have to blend in or hide your true voice or your true colors. So I get a sense this next 2 weeks is about coming to a realization that something that has many good aspects to it. I mean, here you've got this wish come true card, this contentment, this having it all, but it's just empty to some degree. It's you know, all the responsibility is heavy on you, and you feel you've been sort of attracted to something or someone who was really charismatic and alluring and sort of sparked your imagination, but after a time that attraction fades and you feel a little bit discontented. You realize connection has run its course and it's time for you to move on. You begin to look for something that is more in tune with your true colours, with who you really are. The Knight of Cups is about dreaming for love, and you know, with the cups here this is about emotions and how you feel. So from a feeling of discontentment, that sense of this is too much hard work, this is not worth that happiness that is within this situation. I'm accepting that it's over now, and I'm celebrating the good aspects that were in it, and I'm going to set my heart on something new and make this transition to a better place, to where there's less effort involved and less tiring drain on your energy. So there you have it, Taurus. A bit of a journey resulting from a realization, a slow and, sort of realization that comes from deliberation, that things are not quite as cushy as they seemed, and you may find yourself moving on towards something more in tune with who you really are. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed your reading and that it resonates with you. And if so, please remember to hit the like, share and subscribe buttons. And then have a good 2 weeks, and God bless you till we meet again.